Hello again. I'm posting this video in regards to comments, as there are sincere people who wish to effect change and to change the course of our nation, not so much for themselves, but for their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and all other generations to come. No, I rub my nose. I know I do that a lot. I've got real thick whiskers, and I've got a cat with fine hair, as well as my own hair. And it's like my beard, even though it's a light stubble right now, it's like a magnet for any hair. So I'm all the time brushing my face because it itches. But on to the serious stuff. Now, there's a lot of social upheaval that's going on in this country. And there are some people who want to effect change. They want to go back to constitutional government, which I also concur. I want to go back to constitutional government as well as common law over commerce law. Commerce law should not be first. Common law should be first. And out of common law, there are provisions under that for commerce law. One, you don't harm anyone nor their property. By property, that becomes commerce law. Now, there are some people, and they are a very, very small minority of people who want to see Washington held accountable just in the now. Myself, I want to go to holding government accountable at least back to the War of 1812 and up to the present day. Why the War of 1812? Because the War of 1812 happened because Aaron Rothschild was not given a charter to renew his central bank, and therefore that is why Britain waged war upon us to bury us in debt so that we would beg Rothschild to put another central bank in our country. Now, please keep those two words in mind. Central bank. This is very critical to where I'm going here in just a little bit. All right, say something really drastic happens in this country. It seems that 30 million people or more losing their homes is not drastic enough. We have people in this country who are more narcissistic than they are compassionate or empathetic. That would be the correct term, I think. Empathy for others. Hey, it's happening to them. It ain't happening to me. It's like that video, where, well, I didn't speak up because they weren't coming for me until finally at the end it was them that they were coming for, and there was nobody left to speak. That's the road we are actually on. Group by group, if you want to call it a group, but sectors of population are being neutralized based upon their proclaimed ideals as well as values, virtues, and principles. Myself, I'm ready to die for mine. Now, I'm ready to die not just for the Constitution, because anytime we're at war or any kind of national emergency, again, if you don't have it, refer back to my videos. And it's about Senate Report 93. I got to look it up again. 98505. Senate Report 98505. Senate Report 98505. I got my documentation from a government website. So I know this is a legit document, unless they're spinning propaganda to tell everybody, oh no, see, under this, the Senate of the 93rd delegation, their first session, they come right out and flat lay it out on the line that yes, whenever there is a national emergency, the Constitution is null and void. We become effectively a dictatorship. Now, if you look at my other videos that I've got a playlist of called DAF, that stands for Defend America First. This is the book I got it from. All right. Now, these are people from the time after the central bankers put it to us again with the 1913 Federal Bank Charter, as well as this illusionary tax law where they can tax our labor, which is not a direct apportionated tax. Okay, appropriated tax, not a tax. But that's not what this video is about. It's not about that. It's about affecting reform within our country to bring our country back into not being a corporation, but being a government that is a republic based upon common law, as was the foundation of this country. As it sits right now, we have some who want to effect change, but we are small in number. Say some catastrophic event happens, and it's going to happen. And if you don't think so, just do a little studying of your own about how money works. All right. I've made other videos about where it costs them nothing to print the money, but they get the full value back, plus the 10% interest on top. Our jobs have been outsourced. The companies and the capital equipment have been outsourced. So we, as a nation, if we want to become productive again, we are going to have those of skill. And the first people I even want to mention is machinist. Old school machinist. Not CNC machinist, because we may not have that right at the beginning. We can do it because we have people who have the expertise. I could even go in that direction as far as the electronics and the computer and the coding and everything. And I'd be an asset in that regard. Nothing is going to change. Everything is going to continue down this path of the destruction of what is known now as America, but will not be America in the future. And that is so because nobody wants to sacrifice their comfort. Now, that's why I say it's going to have to take a catastrophic event. 30 million people plus losing their homes is not enough for people to wake up and say, hey, we need to do something about this. I could lose my home next. When it happens, this is going to have to be a two-part video on this, because I'm already at 9 minutes. And again, I've made videos of this already, but I'm not going to refer people because I've got so many. In fact, I'm going to have to start downloading all of my videos just to make sure that I have them for the future, so they can never be destroyed or lost, like with my last account. I should have been smart then and downloaded everything that I had on my site. So I'm going to close this one on on the fact that we have very few who want to affect change and a majority who are apathetic to the need for change. So this is the end of part 1.